이제 프론텍에 대한 설명.
Okay, cost, benefit, advantages of the product. Like I mentioned earlier, the product is 40% active ingredient, so it has a high yield. That's also granular form allows it for high yield, lower transportation and storage costs. So like I said, right here you have 1 kilo, easily 100 gallons. So you have a lot of product, water. Whereas if you use the other products, they all come in liquid form, so it's more costly and you have to carry more. Residual action, less frequent application. So like I said, you can apply on a surface and the product continues working and killing bacteria. So it has that residual effect and protecting the plant. Eliminates the need for additional products. Like I mentioned earlier, no need for pH adjusters, no need to rotate biocides, no need for surfactants in the golf courses, for example. So you're using less products when you use Frontech.
Got that. 1 second. For instance, today, in the meeting that we have
in the house, horse.
with the veterinarian, that was
Yeah.
The horses.
the horses, they said that they were using quaternary ammonium. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember this.
That's fantastic because quaternary ammonium, they work in alkaline pH. They cannot work in lower pH.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things that we already saw in this explanation about the product is Frontech has a pH neutral, 7.5, and work in what range? In what range does Frontech work? You remember? Katarina was explaining that. What is the range?
For
pH.
Yeah,
So
for
remember
pH.
it.
3 to 11.
There you go.
Yeah.
And what is the range that quaternary ammonium works? Regular quaternary ammonium.
For Frontech.
No, standard quaternary ammonium.
The other products.
The other products.
Quaternary ammonium.
Yeah. For
We didn't learn that. They're alkaline.
yeah.
7.5 to 9.
10.5 in 9.
To 9. So what happened for them to use quaternary ammonium? They have to adjust the pH before they even throw the disinfectant into the medium. Do you understand?
예. 아까 우리 말 거기 갔을 때 걔네들이 쓰는 제품을 보고
깜짝 놀랐대요.
그렇죠. 걔네들이 쓰는 제품은 그러니까 이거에 비교가 안 된다는
그럼요.
거죠. 예.
그러니까 나도 그 소리를
아까 우리 처음에 처음에 그 pH 렌즈 말씀하셨잖아요. pH 3에서 11까지. 예, 3 to 11. 그러니까 우리는 3에서 11인데 another product 7.5 to 9. 7.5에서
걔네 얼굴 색
7.5에서
페이스
9 정도까지는
페이스.
일을 못하는 거예요. 예, 우리는 11까지.
레드, 페이스 앤 레드. 오, 매직. 오케이.
The
I see.
product, Frontech improves the quality of the finished product. In poultry, for example, it improves the quality because it makes it reduces mortality. In the processing, it stops it from contamination of salmonella, of E. coli, so it increases the quality of the product. In golf courses, for example, it'll make the plant greener, it'll make it grow healthier, so it improves the finished product. It also extends the shelf life of perishables, in this case, fruits, vegetables, chicken, meats, longer life in the store, in the shelf life.
And flowers. And all.
야, 브라우스. 그러니까 이건 마지막 제품이라는 거죠. 이제 우리가 이제 여기에 나와 있는 것들은 퀄리티로 비해서는 정말 그러니까 이게 그 꽃, 플라워, 또 베지터블, 야채, 또 프루트, 과일 뭐 이런 거에 이제 다 적용이
그거를
되는.
내가 200 ppm 1 liter and 1 liter 200 ppm vegetable and fruit.
Fruits.
Yeah.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
clean it in it.
No. Okay. 상추 쌈.
아,
쌈. Okay. Very good.
It
Yeah.
protects the equipment
Okay.
because it's not corrosive.
Mhm.
So it allows the equipment to last a lot longer. So that's money too, because you don't have to replace the equipment. And it's very friendly for the workers. So the workers like working with the product. They can touch it. It doesn't irritate their skin.
Yeah.
A lot of times, they will change a product not because it doesn't work, because the workers don't like working with it. So it's very safe for the workers. Very friendly.
You need to translate that part.
Yes.
Yeah, I translation already and he understand. Anyway, 일하는 사람들, 워커 있잖아요. 레벨.
내가 지금
일하는
그걸 해주고
사람들한테도 아주
And again,
친하게 되는.
this is cost benefit.
네.
This is money.
네.
There you go. So all of these points is money.
Yes.
Because you don't have to change your equipment, friendly to workers, it improves the quality, less products, residual effect,
Yes.
granular form, and higher yield.
네.
But
Money.
most important, you don't have the workers suing the company for damages
Okay.
for the
Yeah.
harmful chemicals that they are
Okay.
using. That in the state is very, very common.
근데 일하는 사람들이 일단
네,
고소를 안 들어올
씻고,
것이고 그렇죠.
그렇지.
근데 세프티하니까 이게 문제가 안 일어나는
아.
거야, 첫 번째로
아.
이제 이
아,
제품을 썼을 때 어떻게 보면 골프장도 마찬가지죠. 골프장이 만약에 전염이 됐거나 그러면 저기 경마장도 마찬가지고
정말
이런
말 신발
문제가 생기면 그 삼성 같은 데서도 문제가 생기는 게
네.
회사에서 일하다 병 생겼다고 이러는 거잖아요. 뭐 그런 것도 오케이.
Okay, this is just, it says recommended concentrations, starting at 4 ppm as an algicide to kill algae, mold, which we learned. As a bactericide, 50 ppm and higher. As a virucide, 200 ppm higher. Fungicide, 400 ppm. And as a disinfectant and deodorizer, 1600 ppm. These are just standard.
That's the standard.
But of
예, 이거
course,
그냥 표준식으로
this is the lead,
저기에 있는
right?
건 나중에 이제 공부하시면 되고 펑거사이드 죽이는 거 하고 저기 죽이는 4 ppm, 50 ppm, 200 ppm.
그거는 이제 다
이게 이제
대략의
그냥
목표.
네, 그냥 스탠다드.
통달했지 뭐.
Yes, you've memorized it.
Yeah.
I think this is it as far as the main. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Mechanism of action. This one's important. We talked about earlier how the other products kill by oxidation, correct?
Oxidation, yes.
Remember the other products?
Yeah, yeah.
It oxidizes the membrane of the bacteria. So it's a very slow process. So the bacteria remember
Yeah.
what killed them and it creates resistance.
면역이 생긴다는 거죠. 다른
La mutación.
다른 그 약을 쳤을 때는 박테리아들이 이게 너무 천천히 움직이고
이런
박테리아들이 금방 알아버리는 거예요.
네.
이게 그래서 다 못 죽이는 거예요. 이게 너무 천천히 가니까. I try to say that the very another product is working slowly. This is
Yeah,
yeah.
it
That-
kills.
Yeah, this is
it's-
bacteria in the nose.
burns.
The burns.
right? And so when the bacteria learn, they quickly mutate
Yeah, okay.
and
yeah.
they create resistance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So when they create resistance, what do you have to do?
What do you mean? Oh.
You are having the sanitation of the plant or sanitation of the poultry. Once the bacteria create resistance, what do you have to do?
That's in the poultry.
Yeah, or in any industry. Yeah, poultry.
포츄리에서 박테리아가 생기면 어떻게 해야 되는 거죠?
갖다 묻죠 뭐 다 죽이지 뭐.
Take care. He say care.
He say what?
아, 원소 기호를 내가 외워야겠다.
Kill the chicken.
CLNA 염화수소 같은 거.
그게
염화수소 같은 거.
Okay, so when it creates resistance, you have to apply many other products. You rotate the products, right?
Okay.
Because if this product doesn't work, then you use another product.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you use another
Yeah,
product.
그러니까 don't care, okay. Use another product.
그러니까
자꾸 다른 약을 쓴다는
다른
거예요.
약을 쓰면서 자꾸 그러니까 그게
That is what is happening in the industry without this technique.
Okay, but
They have to rotate product. With this one, you don't have to rotate product.
오케이.
So
다른
let's
약으로 바꿀 필요가 없다는 거예요. 오케이.
so let's explain why. This
Yeah,
is
okay.
important. So all other products kill by oxidation. We got that covered, correct? Frontec kills by electrical shock.
오케이.
Boom.
봉.
네.
그냥 이게 도망갈 틈도 없이 죽여버리는 거예요.
아유,
Okay.
배터리가 있어. No need. Just very short time is okay. 근데 ちょっとなんですか。少し時間だけ重量ぐらいで5量ぐらいでバクテリアが死ぬから。
Did you explain to him the oxidation?
Yeah.
Because I know you said it in Korean, but I don't know if you said it in Japanese. Okay, so remember the product is neutral in granular form and positive charge in solution. So the membrane, the same thing happens with the bacteria. It's negative charge inside, negative outside, and positive inside. Right? So when the product comes in contact with the bacteria, it's like the magnets that he was using.
This morning.
It shocks and
Yeah.
it breaks this. That's the action that's happening here. And it does the same thing here and denaturalizes the membrane.
네, 플러스 마이너스 있잖아요. 오늘 아침에 우리 자석으로 이렇게 해봤던 것처럼.
음이온양이온.
마이너스 플러스 거는 교와사 magnetic no power.
So remember plasmosis? We explained this earlier. So when it kills this, very quickly it does the same thing. It's simultaneous at the same time. So
Okay.
it's an electrical shock. So the bacteria cannot remember what killed
Okay.
it. It happens very quickly.
아, 예.
Yeah? So it can't create resistance. So this is kind of the action that's happening. Once it breaks it, it just everything goes.
근데 하얀 직관데 신호다から박테리아가 미네랄 직관이 나이 됐어요.
결국은 그게 벌도 그게 박테리아예요.
그렇죠.
네.
everything same thing. 똑같은 거죠.
네,
다른 거.
그거를 죽인 거야.
똑같은 거니까 빠른 시간 안에 해치워버린다는 거죠. 이제. 그러니까 어디나 마찬가지로 적용이 되겠죠.
아, 생각난다. 사실 옛날에 우리 촌에 가면은
네.
우물에 그 하얀 거 동글동글한 거 있잖아. 기억 안 나는데 기억 안 나나?
네.
그러니까 그걸 우리 소득 그러니까 쉽게 하면 그저 락스를 쓴다.
코로락스.
연하게 하면 락스.
코로락스.
Which
Before, in the,
치킨.
Yeah, chicken.
락스.
콜락스, 돌콜락스,
연하게
돌콜락스. 콜락스.
Collapse.
네, 콜락스, 락스.
염화 영.
in the
돌콜락스.
using the Clorox.
Clorox.
네,
예.
콜락스.
Clorox.
네.
That's
He said in the long time ago when the Korean.
terrible.
네.
Of course.
And I mean that's the exact explanation of what oxidation is. It's an
Corrosive.
oxidizer,
Yeah.
and it's very corrosive.
So you are eating the carcasses with no vitamins, with no nutrients, because you are killing those things.
그러니까 그렇게 지금 한국은 아직도 그렇게 쓰고 있다고.
그 시스템을 연하게 해가지고 그 이제 야채도 그게 시스템 먹지 못하는.
아니 그게 잘못됐다는 거예요. 뿜뽕.
진짜 큰일 나는 거죠. 그거
네.
옷이나 white colors.
아니 뻥뻥뻥뻥을 한다니까.
White colors.
Clorox.
Yeah, yeah, some people using
Clorox.
yes in the Clorox and with waters and too much water we use in the Clorox. They using green. to
이제
the-
그래서 한국은
Yeah,
그게
but
없어서
close.
no clothes. Green to the vegetable.
Oh.
Green to the
아
animal.
근데 이제 아니야 진짜 이제는 크로스 이제 못 들어와 크로스
Yeah.
크로스
now it's-
오월레리 크로스
Yeah.
못 들어와 그게
That's
이제
the stupid things. Okay.
Very much so. And it's very corrosive and it doesn't kill the bacteria.
사람을
But
죽이는
chlorine is a salt, and the problem with that is that they will accumulate in your body. That can create cancer.
Yep.
박테리아, 살모넬라.
The ignorance. Atraía, la ignorancia atraía. The ignorance is.
우리가 그걸 쓰고
But
있습니다.
also
이상하게.
there's different
Okay, but it's the lack of knowledge can be very harmful to the consumer because chlorine is an oxidizer and they eat it and they start
Yeah.
accumulating in the body. So
그냥
they are intoxicated. They are not getting any nutrition. They are not getting any benefit for themselves. They are creating a tremendous oxidizer internally that is not going anywhere. So they start getting the intestines dissolved. That is the biggest problem why poultry industry in the state has been so regulated. And that is one of the things that is critical for us to sell the product in the drinking water. Not just because the water itself, but also because the effect of cleaning the entire system to remove all the
Biofilm.
biofilm. It's vital to remove the biofilm. Because when you don't remove the biofilm
even forgery.
in poultry,
Yes, we'll show you a slide for that one.
그러니까 저걸 먹으면 포치리가 그닭 몸 안에서
예.
이게 그걸 한다는 거죠. 다른 옥시드 같은 거 이런 것들은 괜히 먹으면 잘못되기나 하지만 이거는 그 닭을 깨끗하게 해주는 역할을 한다는 거죠.
저희 이제
오케이.
Okay? This
Right.
is the method of action of fungus.
오케이.
So this one's important both for poultry but also mostly for golf courses to kill old fungus. So in the method of action of fungus, of course, the electrical charge is very important, like we learned with the bacteria. But in the fungus, it's very small, especially when you're dealing with spores. What is important here is how the product breaks the surface tension and it reduces the size of the molecule of the solution, so that it can penetrate through the small spores and the openings of the fungus. What's it called? The mycelium, and it enters and it kills from the inside out. So just like
그러니까 안에 있는 것까지 다 침투해가지고 펑거스 소독을 시켜주는 거죠. 그러니까 안에 있는 문제를 갖다가 꺼집어낸다는 거죠. 아웃. 낙하는 문다이데 전부 소독돼요.
Explícale lo de la espora que no deja
펑거스가 소독구자예요.
okay.
no deja entrar el líquido y entra en la espora y hace el lisamiento, el lysis.
So like we saw with the cup, that it enters. That's why it's important.
Yeah.
It enters
Okay.
the fungus and it allows it to kill
Yes.
from the inside out. And
Yeah.
the spore is not alive. The spore is always
Dorm.
dorm. It's just sleeping. It's not active. And most products can't penetrate it. This one will allow it to penetrate
Through the
And-
mycelium.
through the mycelium, which is very, very tiny, and that's why it's so important. And then kill inside to then destroy it.
균들이 다 안에 숨어 들어서 잠자고 있다는 거죠. 그것들을 다 잡아 꺼내가지고 다 죽인다는 거예요. 다른 약들은 그냥 겉에만 뿌리잖아요. 근데 I try to say to 이제 another product is just outside.
Yeah, or can't
Yeah,
enter.
yes,
So it
can
cannot
enter.
kill it.
This product, the Protect is in the come enters, the sleeping is for dies and
Kills-
comes
kills
out,
it.
come out.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So you'll have products that kill fungus,
Mm-hmm.
but not spores. This does both.
Mm-hmm.
This is sporicide.
Sporicide.
오케이. 양쪽을 다 이제 작용을 해서 침투해가지고 다 죽여버린다는 거죠.
But remember that the sporicides is also in agriculture because the way they contaminated the air take the spore because it's so tiny that they flow the air. In the same way, the spore goes here into the chicken because it's so crowded. They don't. I don't know how many chicken they put for a square foot up here, but in the chicken house they are very, very crowded. So cross contamination is very easy for the crowding of the chicken and the amount of spores that is flying in the system. So when we make foggers, we fog in the solution, the particles of Promtech stay in the air because since they break the surface tension,
Oh,
those tiny particles stay in the air and grab the spore and penetrate the spore and kill the spore. It's a sporicide.
그러니까 그 치킨 하우스 같은 데 보면 굉장히 시끄럽잖아요. 시끄럽고 애들이 막 떠들고 막 이제 그런 것들을 다 아까도 설명했지만은 잠재우고 조용하게 만들고 또 이게 공기 안에 남아 있기 때문에
그렇죠.
이제
균을 주기.
그렇죠. 이제 모든 작용을 뭐 이제 하시는 거죠. 오케이.
Okay. And finally, the virus.
예.
So we have two types of virus. We have the enveloped virus,
오케이.
such as influenza, Newcastle, that's an example. And we have the non-enveloped virus, such as Gumboro and foot and mouth disease, which we've worked.
바이러스에는 두 가지 종류가 있는 거예요. 바이러스와 후다츠가 아리마스. 이제 고노 바이러스도 이제 maybe this one is in the
풋마우티지.
Gumboro and foot and mouth disease.
풋마우티지.
The Gumboro?
Yeah.
It's a disease in chickens.
아, 치킨.
Uh-huh.
건발은.
치킨 토리 효과. 푸드. 다음에 먹는 거. 아시겠죠? 이거 좀 바이러스 두 가지 있는 거 우리 계속 들었으니까.
마우스티지.
오케이.
So what the product does is it has a chemical denaturalization. It neutralizes
okay.
the virus, so it can no longer. It becomes non-functional, and it's a very quickly process that it does. So it gets rid of the RNA and DNA.
굉장히 이제 빨리 일을 한다는 거죠. 이제 우리가 또 yeah, we know that the RNA, DNA was for not exactly for the RNA is for
No,
Nucleoprotein.
nucleoprotein.
단백질.
It's just two proteins over
One protein.
proteins or one protein
two acids
over one protein.
over one protein.
Okay.
Ácido ribonucleico and ácido ribonucleico.
RNA and DNA.
So,
it neutralizes.
but they have
the
to
two.
be in one protein. Why is so sensitive to Promtech? Because they alter the characteristic to be acid. Remember that we work from 3 to 11. So
Yeah.
when they go into the with the acid, they alter the pH. So you kill, you desnaturalize. Do you understand? Desnaturalize. You null the acids that are basically the contaminators. Because virus is not alive. Virus is just a substance. So those viruses get neutralized by losing the pH due to that. And second, is no way for the capsia, because they break the capsia for the electrical shock, for the cationic and anionic. You see the difference? Why you don't kill the virus with acid? Because what happened with the virus that is capsulated? It cannot reach. This product break the membrane, the capsia, and we eliminate the two acids.
그러니까 이제 RNA, DNA 이제 두 가지 그게
단백질하고
그렇죠. 이제 그게 있어가지고 이제 뉴트럴라이트하게 만들어준다는 거예요. 그러니까 우리가 그 이게 완전히 이제 그 인체에 해가 없이 다른 종류의 약들은 그 뭐 한쪽만 죽인다든지 또
나쁜 거를 죽이고 그러니까 그 이제
그렇죠.
이것저것 다 죽이잖아요. 예.
그렇죠.
다 죽이는데
죽이고
이거는 진짜
거는
나쁜
살리고.
거고 좋은 거는 살려준다는 거 그거
그렇죠.
얘기하는
그렇죠.
거예요.
좋은 영향, 좋은
네.
영향과 나쁜 영향. 그게 아까 파지티브하고
네.
네거티브하고
그거를
있는
그게
거예요.
핵심
오케이.
포인트 이게.
Here.
Yeah.
So it's like
그 삐삐 포인트.
the envelope is like having a
Yes.
protective
Mhm,
core,
mhm.
and then that's where the product
Okay.
kills. Yeah.
Any question with the virus? Any question with the
Any
virus?
question? 또 질문할 거 있으세요?
네,
I think so many questions. 뭐 네.
질문할 건 없는데
네.
이제 뭐냐면 이게 궁금한 거예요. 이게 쉽게 얘기해 스모그를 하는데
네.
스모그를 하면서 마스크를 썼어. 마스크 앤 스모그. 오케이?
Uh-huh.
호흡하잖아요. 스모그를 할 때는 마스크 쓰고 스프레이를 할 때는 안 썼거든. 근데 스모그를 해가지고 저길 죽였잖아요. 싹 죽이고 정말 예민한 거거든 그거는.
쓰리.
벌에
호.
일반 벌은 설탕이나 뭘 넣어요.
그렇죠.
네, 근데 이거는 아무것도 안 넣고 자연 그대로 있는 거를 살린 거란 말이야.
네. 완전.
그게 대단한
퍼스트.
거지.
1페이지.
벌을 살렸다.
네. 그러니까 그게 자연 그대로 토종. 네, 그걸 얘기를 하는 거야.
He talking about the bee and the, we talking about the this morning.
이거
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is my question. Just
2페이지. 니.
Oh,
그 비를 죽일 끝난 건가?
yeah.
아, 오케이.
하나만.
하나. 야,
이 사람이
봤어요.